What's going on, everybody? All right, so look, check this out. This is the concept art for Doomsday they were supposed to get for Batman versus Superman, but WB was rejecting it because it was too scary. That's crazy. This is what happens when a studio doesn't listen and isn't confident in what the director wants to put out. Since the beginning, we already knew that Zack Snyder had a plan and he wanted to do Batman versus Superman R-rated, and this would have fit in tone with it. But what did they do? They went with what we got in the final cut. When you look at this is why you see there's a big difference. And of course, since the beginning, the studio has always tried to get in the way of Zack and try to like ruin his plans, and we got what we got. And this right here would have been amazing. Look at that. Too scary for the studio? That's ridiculous. This is what I, as a fan, and I know a lot of people would have want to see this in live action. You can see the spikes and the whole mutation and everything that Doomsday is about. This right here would have been incredible. I don't know how the studio doesn't just put out what the director wants to put out. And then of course, let's not forget that even David Ayer had said the same thing, because we got Studio Squad when they released it in the theaters, and then he said something similar too, because they didn't want to put with Joker and everything, because it was a little bit too scary, it was too dark for what they wanted, like their vision and stuff like that, meaning what the studio didn't want. And of course, we know that with David Ayer and with Zack Snyder, everything was going to be rated R. It was going to be an epic cinematic universe that they had their vision, had their tone, and everything was going to connect. But then again, you see this right here. This would have been amazing to see on screen, brought into live action. It just would have been incredible. It's just, I don't understand how the studio doesn't see this quality, and I get it, because maybe they were like, oh, the toys are not going to sell and merchandise and stuff like that. But this right here would have sold, because I would have bought this to have in my collection, with the DCEU, with all the villains and everything and stuff like that. But what Zack was giving us, it was always ahead of its time, and just the wasted potential that the studio continues to throw out and try to replace it and try to give us a light-hearted, filled with comedy type of films, and they don't work. This is not Marvel. The Marvel formula doesn't work. This right here would have been incredible. It would have been awesome to see this Doomsday go up against Batman, Wonder Woman, and especially against Superman. As always, what are your thoughts? Hit that subscribe, and until next time.